Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the newest addition to the TriCaster family, the TriCaster XD300. It's bringing high-definition portable live production to anyone and everyone in any location. It's not merely HD. It is a state-of-the-art technology platform that gives you 32-bit 444 video processing, and it's based on a 64-bit architecture platform. And there's no longer needs for racks and racks of expensive HD gear to do really nice broadcast HD live production. So at this point, I'd like to introduce the TriCaster TCXD300 and Don Balance to do a demo.
So this is TCXD300 right here next to the 3-play, this box right here. And again, it's a very, very portable unit, weighs less than 20 pounds, sets up in minutes, comes with a keyboard and mouse. You plug in a monitor, you plug your cameras in, and you're ready to go. Now the front of the device allows us to bring in 3 live video sources. These video sources can be high definition or standard definition, and we can actually mix and match them on the way in. So the first input could be 1080i, the second input could be 720p, the third input could be 480i. We're going to up-res everything to whatever you set your project resolution to on the way out. Now each of our video signals coming in also has audio associated with it. And this can be up to 4 channels of audio associated with our video signals. We do have gen lock on the front of the machine, which can be used. If you don't use the gen lock, we'll frame sync everything. You can use the TriCaster right out of the box, plug and play, and get your portable live productions on the internet today. This version of the TriCaster will come with a full version of SpeedEdit 2, which is the latest version of our nonlinear editor, which is great for working in that live production, time crunch environment. There's really no editor out there that allows you to put video together quicker, easier, and faster than SpeedEdit. But it's also a multi-layer video application, which allows you to animate every layer. Now, we also give the ability to do graphics. This version of the TriCaster will come with a version of live text, which is our character generator software. It allows you to create our live editable title templates. It also allows you to bring graphics in from other packages. So let's go ahead and take a look at our input monitors here. And first of all, I can go on an input by input basis, and I can set up what resolution or what type of video that it is that's coming in. I've also got proc amp controls here, some termination controls, and I also have my live map controls here, which is where I can set up my chroma keys. I also have a network input. Now the network input allows me to bring in a computer source. We bring in our computer sources using IVGA technology, and what that means is any computer that's on the same network as the TriCaster, Mac or PC, can instantly show up as an input. We've got our DDR down here for playing back video clips directly from the TriCaster, not having to bring external video playback devices. We have an area for working with still images, our titles and graphics, and this is my preview monitor right here, and then of course my program out monitor. I also have the ability to go to my waveform monitor vector scope. That is a full color waveform monitor vector scope. One of the coolest things about TCXD300 is our virtual inputs and our live set technology. So let's go ahead and set up a live set. I'm going to go ahead and bring my live input right up on camera. This is me coming from that camera right there. And we're going to set up, first of all, a chroma key. So again, I'll go back to the input control here, and I can pick the color green right off of the interface. I can then go ahead and set my tolerance level, and I can pull a great-looking key pretty quickly and easily. I can go ahead now and pick my virtual set. I'm going to go to virtual input number 1. Here I am already in a virtual set. Let's go ahead and show you that I'm able to pick from a variety of virtual sets that we have here. And I'm just going to go ahead and add the plasma set. And magically, I am transported right into a virtual set. Actually, that's not the plasma set. Let's bring up the plasma set. Here we go. Well, HD really solved a lot of that problem for us. It gave us a lot more pixels, and it gave us a much wider screen to work with. So now we can even put 2 people inside our virtual sets without a problem. They can have a conversation, interview, whatever it is you might want to do. But absolutely, the coolest thing is now the ability to do what we call a live zoom. And we can now zoom over time from one zoom level to another. Folks, this camera is locked down. We're not adjusting the camera at all. It is a lockdown camera shot that is all being done in software. We don't have to have a camera operator. It's like having a virtual camera operator built right into the software. We also have a control surface for the TriCaster, our live control. This works with the current line of TriCasters, but it also does work with the new TC XD300, and it's got some new capabilities that we never had before, and probably my favorite is we've got a couple of joysticks on here. Well, these joysticks can now be used to zoom the virtual sets in real time. Every input in TC XD300 is scalable and positionable. Instead of me having to go to the camera, I can come down here to the positioner and I can now scale myself. So let's make me really, really big. And I can position myself, so we can do that kind of a thing if we want. Every input, scalable and positionable. So I can make myself the perfect size, put myself right into the perfect position in that virtual set, and we never had to touch the camera. Now, you see the video clip that's on my monitor right to the side of me. We can do the same thing with that video clip. Maybe I want to focus in on Lisa Kudrow in this video clip. Feature. Now, another thing that we can do here is we can do an overlay on our virtual input. And this burns that overlay into just that input. It's not a downstream key over all of the entire production. It's just going to lock a overlay into one input. Now I can choose any input into the TriCaster as my overlay. I also have a T-bar right here for doing the zooms. And notice, even if I drag this as quickly as I can with the mouse, I never get a jerky motion in my zooms. Everything looks like it's a motion control camera with ease in and ease out, and it looks phenomenal. Now, I'm going to come over here to input number 2, and let's go ahead and put Kiki in here in input number 2. We're going to choose a completely different virtual set for her. And I'm going to go ahead and start this virtual set moving. So we're on the wide shot. We're going to go to here. We're going to come back to me. We're going to go to there. And I can now transition between these two virtual sets while they're both moving. So even when we're doing the zooms, we can transition between them. We also have other effects, such as what we call a double box effect. And we're going to have double box effects that are going to match the same look and feel that we have in our virtual sets.
You know, these virtual sets can make you look like you're in $1 million studio when you're sitting in a small 10 by 10 room with the wall painted green. But let's kind of tie it all together and show some of the graphics capabilities in the TriCaster XD300.
Okay, well, as I said, we've got that one layer of overlay that happens in a virtual input, but we also have 2 downstream keys available to us inside of XD300. We have a DDR built right into TC XD300 right down here, and this will play a variety of resolutions as well as formats for you. And the great thing about the DDR is that it's an automatic DDR. Each of our video inputs in this version of the TriCaster has audio associated with it, up to 4 channels of audio associated with it. And we can adjust the audio levels, of course, in our audio mixer right here, as well as panning left and right, and a little bit of trim. But we now also have audio follow video. So this means whenever I transition from camera 1 to camera 3, the audio is going to crossfade.
So let's talk a little bit about the ways that we can output from the TriCaster, because once you make your show, you want to get it out to the world. So show us a little bit about live web streaming and tell us a little bit about the live webcasting portion of TriCaster.
Well, let's just talk about those outputs. We'll talk about streaming at the end, but as Philip said, we can output as video, component composite, YC, or SDI, but we have 3 video outputs on TC-XD300, and we can output high definition and standard definition simultaneously. So we'll output both high def and standard def at the same time, and it's configurable on the inputs. You can configure the type of outputs that you want coming out of those outputs. As Philip said, we also have the DVI out, which can either be used to feed a projector or a digital signage system, or we can go ahead and use that as our second interface monitor. Now, streaming on the internet is what the TriCaster is known for. It's what it's used for more heavily than just about anything else, and TriCaster will work with any CDN and produces streams in both Windows Media or Flash. And we work with all the popular codecs. We can do VP6 or H.264. We choose our profile from right here. And this version of the TriCaster is going to automatically archive that stream for us. So not only can we stream it live and archive it, but we can also record everything that we do in the TriCaster back to the TriCaster as a full high-definition video clip. So I'm doing the live production, I'm streaming it live, I'm archiving the stream, and I'm recording the final product while I'm doing all of the other things that we just talked about simultaneously in the box.
Well, Don, thank you for that awesome look